Music is a thing of beauty. It comes from all over the world, and each region of the world has its own styles and genres. My name is James, and this is my podcast. Today I will talk about the different cultures and their music styles, popular songs from old to new, and last of all, how music ties into different types of industries. First of all, I will talk about cultural music and how it changes in different areas of the world and even countries. One important factor is most cultural music is based on resources and the era, because depending on what type of music was born depends on the amount of resources an area had. One cultural music is in China, where they had access to string, silk and bamboo fibres, which are all pretty native to China. Now string is used in a large quantity of instruments, from guitars to harps, but one instrument that they made was a piper, which was a 4-stringed, pear-shaped musical instrument that is made out of wood, and can have from 12 to 26 frets, which can also be referred to as a Chinese lute. When it was first made in the 2nd century. Now, the piper is a very old instrument. It's been through 4 iterations between. The second was called the tang piper, also known as the straight neck. The third was called the tang piper, also known as the bent neck. And the fourth was the modern piper, which is what you see today and hear. So, another instrument is the steel pan, which was made from 55-gallon oil drums to modern date. But originally, in 1789, when black slaves that were in Brazil were not allowed to partake in the carnival celebration, so they made their own carnival and used anything they could find to make music, from bamboo, bottles, metal spoons, wood, everything like that to make their own sound. And eventually they got oil drums and turned them into steel pans that we know today. They might not have been as good, but they sure worked. And from there on, it's been spread all over the world to different cultures and different musical developments. So, on a recap, all types of music have come from different cultures, and now because of modern times, everyone can experience them all over the world. This next segment is on popular music. Popular music is people's favourite music, genre or song from any certain era. For example, in 2017, electronic dance music, or EDM, is very popular with the newer generations, whereas in 1970, rock was very popular for the young generations. Popular music in the 21st century, also referred to as pop music, is very diverse, from big artists hitting #1 in the charts to the more indie titles on the internet and social websites. Each artist and their songs have their own fan base now. The music genre that has taken over the internet platform is EDM. This music is very diverse with over 20 subgenres. From a party in a club to personal use, EDM is everywhere with the younger generations. Here is a little taster of what some of that music is like. So, now that you know what EDM is like, you may or may not appreciate why lots of people like to party to this music. For me, I enjoy it quite a lot, but for the older generations, it might be a bit snazzy. Now moving on to the older generation of pop music. Now with me is my dad, who grew up in the 60s and 70s, so he knows what music was like back then when he was younger and went out to parties. So, what was music like when you went out to parties then?
Okay, so you'd like to know the type of music that I enjoyed when I was much younger?
Yes.
In my late teens, early 20s.
Yes.
So, I quite liked an eclectic mix of music, but bearing in mind that was the 80s, and I still like 80s music. I think that I liked groups like Duran Duran, Depeche Mode, Heaven 17, the Thompson Twins. Songs that I really liked, I liked Hold Me Now, which was a fairly slow ballad by the Thompson Twins. I liked Temptation by Heaven 17. I liked Mad World by Tears for Fears. But my favourite groups at the time were Duran Duran. You've got things like Rio and Hungry Like the Wolf, and also Depeche Mode, where you've got Master and Servant, Just Can't Get Enough, and then they went on to do Black Celebration, which is probably my favourite album. And then an odd song, and one your mother really hates, is by Dead or Alive, which is called Misty Circles. And it was the B-side to a hit that they had called You Spin Me Around. But Misty Circles is probably my all-time favourite song.
Oh, thank you. Well, that was very interesting. Thank you for your time, and I hope that everybody has learned something from this, especially with the newer generations. Well, all these music genres and styles, you'd actually wonder what's going to come next. Maybe some sort of mix, mash-up of different songs that might become more mainstream and more people enjoy. Who knows? Well, with all these music genres and styles, this is a time to talk about music and its implications in other industries. Now, first and most obvious is gigs and events. We all know people go to music festivals to party and socialise, but imagine the other possible uses. For example, every time you enter a store, they have music playing. Sometimes it fits the style of the store, and also when you watch a movie, that also has music, and maybe when you watch a documentary, that has a type of music, even if it's quiet and made for being background sound. Shops, restaurants, and even lifts have music in them. Why, you might ask? Well, it's all about different reasons. The most obvious is elevator music. This type of music is meant to be a means of keeping your mind busy whilst you're in the elevator, as the elevators are not very quick, and so the trip up and down could be a loathsome journey. But music is in there to make the ups and downs a little bit less boring and more distracting. Another use of music is in shops. Everyone knows people can spend ages in shops, especially clothes shops. But have you ever listened to the music that's played in some stores? This is there to stop you from getting bored, and also popular music that you might like, so you might stay in the shop more, which means you might actually decide to buy someone's product. As you can see, music ties into lots of places, which is good, because who doesn't like music? Well, that's the end of the podcast. I do hope you enjoyed it, and farewell. Thank you for watching.